All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off by saying, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakak Wadash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder hero one as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth, to sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Khanak Shalom Ma Yashar from the Lions in the Yashar camp. This is another Lions in News and Prophecy, and this is a big one. This article says recession will hit the United States in 2024, so get ready for massive interest rate cuts, UBS says. All right. Lord willing, this lesson edify and serve His purpose for the hopefully elect ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. All right. So let's get some of the bullet points in this article. It says the Federal Reserve will slash interest rates by an eye-popping 275 bias points next year, according to UBS. That's nearly 4 times as steep as cuts as the market is expecting. UBS expects a mid-2024 recession to encourage the central banks to start easing. All right, and that's printing more money. All right, the United States economy will slip into recession next year, and that'll lead to the Federal Reserve bringing in steep interest rate cuts, according to one top European bank. UBS said Tuesday that it's expecting the Fed to respond to falling inflation and economic slump by slashing rates by an eye-popping 275 bias points, nearly 4 times the 75 bias points reduction the market is currently expecting, per the CME Group Fed Watch tool. One of the key features of the UBS forecast is the very pronounced Fed easing cycle seen unfolding from March 2024 onwards. A team led by economist Arned Kaptelan and suggested Bahandru Bawija, funny names, said in a research note it published Tuesday, adding that they expect rates to plunge to just 1.25% in the first half of 2025. All right. It says the Fed's cuts would be a response to the forecast U.S. recession in Q2, Q3 of 2024, and the ongoing slowdown in both headline and core inflation, USB added. So now we're experiencing inflation, but we have yet to experience hyperinflation, right? So, and people are talking about how prices are going up, but the prices are going up for one particular reason, because the value of the dollar is going down, right? So it takes more dollars because the value of the dollars, the devaluing of the dollar, it takes more dollars, right, to buy the things off the shelves than it normally would in a better economy. So enter into a recession, we're going to experience hyperinflation, or it's going to take even more dollars to get the necessities that we need off of the shelves in the store. Gas, food, anything is going to require more dollars than normal or usual to obtain these products. All right, because of this inflation and this inflated the economy that they inflated with the quantitative easing, right? And that bubble is going to burst and send us into a recession and maybe even a depression. All right, but they're not. I don't think they're going to let it get that far. They're going to use this is a good time to use the recession as a way to bring in the MOTB, right? As a reset, a reset. Normally after a recession, they do some sort of reset. Now the reset could be a new monetary system of funding of money. All right. So we're going to watch how this goes going into Q1 of 2024, and it's going to really hit on Q2 and Q3, and and be at the climax of it in Q4, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see what they're going to do um, in these times to kind of try to offset the state that the economic state that the country is going to be in. All right. It says since March 2022, the Feds have lifted borrowing costs from their zero to around 5.5 in a bid to clamp down on soaring prices. Inflation's hit a four-decade high of 9.1% in June last year, but has since started to cool, although it's still running way clear of central bank's 2.2% target. The threatening campaign would be expected to weigh on the economy, but the United States has avoided a recession so far. The country's gross domestic product expanded to 4.9% in the third year for its highest growth rate in 2 years. Right, but you know, let's see how long that holds out with the fluctuating of the dollar. And I'm really curious of what is the 4 point the what is the gross domestic expanded, what caused that expansion? You know, that's what I'm really curious about. And I'm gonna do a little looking into that because America doesn't have a lot of stuff that they export. They mainly import. So I'm really curious. I'm curious of what the GDP, what caused it to expand like that. I'm gonna look into that and possibly do a lesson. All right. It says, meanwhile, the job markets has also held up the face of the Fed's interest rate hikes, with the unemployment rate creeping up in recent months, but still hovering below 4%. And it was funny. We were at work earlier today, and there was two Edomites talking, and one Edomite was talking to the other, and the younger Edomite just seemed oblivious to the fact that you still have people sitting at home and the government paying them money, really, really offsetting the economy, right? Getting rid of the middle class by having like a middle class mentality with the people that are getting on. You got people getting money from the government making more than people going to work every day. So who the fuck would want to go to work? It's like, well, who wants to go to work? Like, if you can find ways to get money from the government, like they had these stimuluses and all kind of what was them uh PPP loans and all kind of subsidies that the government was giving out, not knowing that the people not realizing they're gonna have to pay for it on the back end. All right. It says the recession prediction laid out by Kaplan and Bowija appears to clash with the separate outlook shared by UBS's head of asset allocations for the Americas earlier this month. The Jason DeRajo said in a presentation that the United States economy surprisingly resilience resilience, I can never say that word, this year has yet to has has set the stage for a roaring 20s period defined by higher GDP growth, inflation, bond yields, and interest rates. All right. So there's not going to be any roaring 20s. You can bet your ass on that. There's not going to be any roaring 20s. America hasn't been like that since the roaring 20s. You know? So you can look for "Come Sit Down in the Dust" on Version Daughter of Babylon. All right, let me get a couple scriptures real quick to close it out. It says, it's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. As a matter of fact, let's not go there first. Let's go somewhere else first. Let's go somewhere else first. All right. We're gonna go to Second Ezra, um chapter 16, 16 verse 18. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." You're gonna come to it when the heart of this recession hits. You're gonna see a lot of people in fear because they have all their faith in their money, and when they see their money starting to devaluing, and there's nothing else to invest in to make their money make sense, um, that's gonna bring fear on a lot of people. It says, verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and great tribulation." That's what that recession is going to bring. Lack of bread and great tribulations on the people. But the ones that believe in Yahweh Shema Shai are going to be covered. You know, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." So like, it ain't gonna feel good at those times, or it don't feel good now. So this recession is gonna put a lot of pressure on people. And a lot of people are gonna be wearing that pressure on their sleeve. You're gonna see the pressure on everybody. You ain't gonna be able to hide it. They're not going to have anything in the restrooms. Like when people are going through certain things, they have certain outlets. There's not going to be any outlets, man. The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is putting pressure on the whole earth, man. Verse 2, it says, "While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain." Right? It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease," because the unemployment is going to increase, and the keepers of the house, all your top officials, they're going to be trembling. That's why you're seeing these government shutdowns and things happening, or talks about these. They just passed another bill uh, to increase spending um, beyond the debt ceiling, just so there wouldn't be a government shutdown. So they're inflating the bubble. Going into a recession, they're inflating the bubble even more. And they're going to do quantitative easing to try to so-called balance out the economy. But it's not going to work. All right. It says, "And the grinders cease because they are few. Jobs, unemployment is going to skyrocket. And those that look out the windows shall be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low." Right. Everybody gonna be inside. That recession is gonna cause people to stay in the house because they ain't gonna have no money to get out nowhere. It says, and the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. Right, grasshopper shall be a burden. Like any small thing is going to be a burden on everybody, man. That's what this is recession is going to bring. And it says, "And desire shall fail because man goeth to his own home, and the mourners go about the streets." All right, so now what 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 this nation is faced against, like you see America slowly well, not slowly but quickly declining into a third world country, losing its hegemony in the earth, devaluing of the dollar, and putting stress on the global economy, and which is ultimately going to put stress on the United States economy, and what's going to bring forth stress upon the people. All right. So that's what we got looking forward to in 2024, man. Lord willing, bless and edifying and serve this purpose with data like Sekah, Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harikak Radash, my mouth. Double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Heroin as well. Salutations to the argument that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men and women and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.